Good evening. It is Thursday night. Your favorite podcast is back, and we are ready to talk about the game that is the San Diego, listen to me, LA Chargers this Sunday in SoFi. Lots to break down, more injury concerns, maybe some good news coming out of the health report. I don't know, but a lot of things that we need to talk, break down, and let's have a good time tonight. Sammy, start me up.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. And Bill Show.
Intercepted! Marlon Jackson! Marlon's got it! We're going to the Super Bowl! We're going to the Super Bowl! Marlon Jackson with the interception! He picked off Tom Brady!
The sickest Indianapolis Colts podcast. It's gonna be sick.
All right, Chris, go ahead and do our bill pay, and then we will jump into the show.
Yes, sir. All right. And so game on week 7 starts. Now, it's already week 7. That's crazy. But week 7 starts now, and every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. This isn't just football. It's first down, touchdown fireworks, anytime TD rushes, and live bets that ride every momentum shift. At DraftKings, every play is your next shot to win. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SICKSPORTS. That's code SICKSPORTS, all caps, no spaces, to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more, plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
All right, now let's officially start this thing. That is the sound of the anvil. That means we are live. We are ready to talk Colts football. We are in LA this weekend for the second time in 3 weeks? Definitely second time within a month. I thought that was pretty unique when the schedule came out, that we went to LA that close to play both squads. But yeah, before we start, I would just like to address, perhaps maybe there was a little
emotional damage
on Tuesday night.
Wow.
There was a little bit. There was a little bit. Maybe it was coming from myself. Maybe it was coming from the panel. Maybe it was coming from the energy that I had picked up, just in Colts Twitter and everywhere else, man. But you know what? I just had to get that out because every single day we have to deal with, as we discussed, the national media not giving us our attention or, highlighting someone else that's better than us or whatever. And then within our own circles, we find ways to nitpick at this team and downplay and whatever. So, you know what? I just had enough. So a little emotional damage potentially happened on Tuesday night, but we are moving forward. It's brand new, clean slate. And tonight we're going to talk all things Colts positivity. All right, man. So
I got a question before you start.
What?
You've been dying to use that new button, haven't you?
I mean, yes.
There you go. There you go. You knew it. You knew it. You knew that he needed a segue. He needed a reason. He needed one reason. He needed one reason to use that button.
Didn't even need a full reason. A quarter of a reason would have worked.
I don't know what you needed. Like, I just want to grab your like this. I just want to do this.
They're called handlebars for a reason.
I don't know if I want to snap them off.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's nasty work.
That's crazy.
Why are you going to grab another man?
Oh, my. First off, see, here's the problem.
That's emotional damage. Click that button now.
Here's the problem.
Jesus Christ.
See, this is
yes. That's the button I was waiting for. Yes.
Funny joke don't get crazy, okay? Don't get crazy. You're getting a little crazy. But anyway, we talking Colts football. Let's welcome on anyone that's coming on. Thank you for logging in, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're watching. Here's the deal, man. All things Chargers, right? So first I'll start with this. Despite what their roster looks like currently, right? You know, there's some injuries. We have some injuries. First question, flat out, are they a better team than us? Cricket?
Oh, the Chargers?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. That's one no.
No.
Patrick?
No.
No. Okay. So
But all the teams aren't better than us.
hey, well, hold on.
I'll never say anybody's better than us.
Okay.
Never.
Hold on. So they are the favorites in this game. Did you guys check the line? I don't know if it's
Yes.
moved again. What is it, like a
I
point?
don't know if it's moved yet. I don't know if it's moved, but yeah.
I think they're -1.5 or something like that, right? Which
They were the last time the last time I heard, yes, they were -1.5.
awesome. Which normally does not instill a lot of confidence in that, because normally the home team that's favored a little bit more than 1.5 is what I would say. But with that said, you know what I mean? Is this a tougher game just because we're on the road, or is it a tougher game where, you know, not the favorite? Because most people think the Chargers are better than us. What do you think?
If I'm being honest, I think it's just I think it's a tougher game because it all boils down to the quarterback at hand, right? So we know that generally teams aren't given what it is. Like, for example, we faced Arizona last week, and Arizona has like a sneaky good defense. They've had a sneaky good defense this year, and they've been a sneaky team with Kyler, you know, under center. Whereas a team like the Chargers is going to get the benefit of the doubt just because they have Justin Herbert. It doesn't matter who's there. It doesn't matter what's happening, whatever. Now, the thing is, if you look at that team right now, I think just our Derwin James practiced today, so I think he's going to be there. But they lost Khalil back for the season. You know, in terms of defense, they lost Joey Bosa in the offseason. Like, the team itself, to me, they're a good team. And I think you have Harbaugh, you have Justin Herbert hands down, but look at their running backs. They don't have the running backs that they normally would. But as far as like what that team is right now, I don't believe that they overall have a better team than we do. They just have the guy who's supposed to be the one who goes in, plays hero, and wins the game, theoretically.
First off, that's the coolest YouTube name ever. Front row at the fight with Frank Lucas there. That's pretty dope. No, I agree with everything you're saying right there, man. And honestly, you know what I'm saying? Look, we have injuries, they have injuries, you know what I mean? But I think this game, if all personnel was healthy, I think this game would be more of this who's a better team or not. I think that they have the advantage because they're on the road. I feel like the national media was maybe circling this game after the Rams game as our next test, but we've already talked about it on Tuesday. That could possibly be somewhat nullified or downgraded or whatever you want to call it when we win. I won't say if, when we win, because of their injuries. And I feel like that's just the next notch on this, you know, kick-ass bat that we're going to have to deal with, because no matter who we play, there's always going to have these hypotheticals or what ifs. And I don't know if they're really that good. Do we believe in Daniel Jones? The defense ain't really good. And I'm just, emotional damage, right? We already discussed that. So I just feel like this game going into it, like I've said, continuously do what you've been doing all year. Where did everybody go? Sammy, what's going on? Sammy needs a. So yeah, is Chris getting like a monologue here? Like
I was about to say, it's my time to shine, baby.
Hold on,
emotional damage.
That didn't even go with that. What are you doing?
It did go with that. I feel away.
No. That
the monologue.
Really in your feelings tonight.
Wait, hold on. Wait, first off, I'm not going to take any ridiculousness from you, sir.
Hold on. There's a lot that's happening, man. Look, Chris' birthday was last week, okay? He always treats us, shouts him out first. Now Sammy makes him the monologue guy. Hey, Pat, do you notice, are we kind of like playing second fiddle to Chris over here? Like, what's going on, man?
Listen, all I'm going to say is what I've noticed is that you're losing your leadership role.
Okay, you can hush now. All right. Back to the regularly scheduled programming here.
Ooh, it's gonna be a good one tonight, boys.
Oh, yeah.
Over here. Hey, what did he say right here? Hold on, let's
He
read
said
this.
Colts don't have to go on the road and prove they can beat the Chargers. The Chargers have to prove they can defend their home turf versus the Colts. Like Z said, we are the test for everyone else.
Great segue. Thank you for that, front row at the fright, because a lot of people are talking about Z and how he be popping his proverbial shit, and they don't know if they like that. I tend to absolutely appreciate that, win or lose, because you know what? You got to have a little bit of fiery on your squad, because you have said many a time, Chris, you're tired of the Boy Scouts. You're tired of the Colts guys, whatever that is. Let me put that in air quotes. You know what I mean? Because that doesn't necessarily make you any better. So you're sometimes forgoing talent because they're not maybe Colts guys. But I like a dude that's going to have a little edge, man, especially when you have this team. And I feel like this team backs him up way more than previous teams, just because in the talent pool is better. But that's my thoughts. So let's kick it.
And the coaching's better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, coaches are better too.
Now, last year he popped off the New York game.
Everybody goes to that game.
And and the only thing that I said
a glaring example
is
that game right away.
You got to walk the talk. You got to do it. If you're gonna say it, you got to do it. That's it. Z, go be you. We know you're a dog.
Mm-hmm.
We know you can back it up, but you got to do it.
That's fair.
No, that's it. You're not wrong, Clyde, and Chris. You're not wrong either. You know, you can't have in one of the most brutal sports in the world a bunch of Boy Scouts,
softies.
Now off the field. Yeah, we want them in the communities. We want them being role models for the kids. We want this. We want that. On the field, we want gladiators ready to cut somebody's daggum head off.
Yeah.
So do it. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Pause. Oh, big pause.
But
go ahead, Chris. Now I know you're going to be very, very elaborate in your.
It's his show. He can be any way he wants.
Apparently, he can be, because whatever.
I promise. I don't believe it's my show. I
thought we were here longer than Chris,
but we
fan favorite or some shit. I don't know.
Well, hey, you know, it's just like what can
whatever,
I say?
man.
I'm charming.
Yeah, I guess your birthday extends forever. I mean, damn, that was all way last week.
That's like my wife's birthday. I get one day, she gets a whole month for her birthday.
Give me the whole month, baby. All right, but in all seriousness, I think I get the talk, right? And for me, it's not just Zaire, because of the fact that he's not saying when I go out there, I'm ready to get him. I'm ready to kill him. Like I'm not ready to, like I'm ready to go ahead and do that. I feel like a lot of times when you do the blanket statements, when you do those things, it kind of it can either paint you specifically to where you have to perform, or it basically encompasses everybody around you. And for me, like, I didn't like the comments about the Giants, because the thing is, it's just like, you told the Giants that you wish you could play them because they were a bad team. Like, it's not like he said, if you try to go, and this is going to sound crazy, if you try to run into that gap, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to punish you. It's like he's basically challenging somebody on a one-on-one. He's basically making that statement when it comes down to the entire team. Now, what happens is, like, and I didn't have an issue necessarily with the whole Justin Herbert thing, because he's just like, he's saying that he doesn't believe that he's a top 5 quarterback. Quarterback lists are going to change no matter who's there. There's some people who have him top 5. There's some people who believe he's top 3. So I get that. Yeah. But the thing is, I feel like sometimes when it comes from Zaire, it's a little bit different because of the fact that he's as vocal as he is. Now, we can also speak to the fact that we do have some glaring examples of people who don't have to say anything, but their body of work says enough where you have to basically game plan for them and you have to respect them no matter what. That's your Myles Garrett's of the world. That's your Max Crosby's of the world. That's your Brian Burns. That's the guys that are those guys who can go out there and that can go give you 1 to 2 sacks per week, maybe even give you just like consistent pressure, things like that. I feel like with Zaire, it's a little bit different because even in this last game, like his comments were that it was a weird game. That was like a weird ass game, but it's just like for the talking that's done, you can't have weird games. I feel like when you talk a lot, you talk yourself into these things where you have to perform at the highest level. Otherwise, it makes you look like you're not performing at all based on the things that you're saying.
I mean, I think
maybe that's his motivation for himself. He knows he knows he popped off. Now he knows he's got to show up.
I mean, this isn't boxing or UFC, but in those sports, it's great to be humble. You have to be humble, but you got to have a little bit of this edge too. I feel like football's the same way. You got to have a bit of an edge, bro. Like everything can't be eggshells. Because what I'm saying is, even when he's popping his shit, I don't expect him to play perfect. I don't expect them to not gain a yard. I don't expect them to not have a situation where he's in pass coverage and they complete a pass on him. Like, I feel like that is where sometimes people misconstrue the thing. I think what it happens is we're only looking at yard stats and sometimes outcome if we lose. I'm looking at how you're playing the game. He's letting them know I'm setting the tone early. I'm going to talk, but I'm going to hit you. And I feel like we haven't had a player like that in any room, honestly, ever. Because even Bob Sanders, who hit you, he didn't talk about it. And I'm okay with somebody talking about it. I'm absolutely okay with somebody talking about it. So to me, it's not a bad thing. I just feel like sometimes we just find ways to get too caught up in the moment. Like he no longer does his own podcast, but we know he's on 520 and he's popping this shit even more on 520. Yeah. And I love it. I love it just because it gives us a different energy. We always talk about we want respect and all this other shit, but we always talk about too being a mid-market, mid-level team in the Midwest that nobody cares about. So but it's a little polarizing. Sometimes he puts his foot in his mouth, but I'm here for it. I'm gonna back up my captain.
They care now because that's all they're talking about.
Yeah. And for me, it's just like I don't care about respect. It's just like because respect me or not. If I come into your house or you come into my house and I punch you in the mouth, whether you respect me or not afterwards don't mean nothing if you lost. Yeah. That shit don't mean like we want media respect. We want the primetime games. We want all that shit. But at the end of the day, this is a 5-1 team, and no matter where you have people ranked, there's analysts that sit there and they put the Chiefs above everybody else, and they're 3-3. So what does that say about them, other than the fact that you clearly are not watching these games? You are only talking about this person. Like, don't give me that. Oh well, Josh Allen is elite and he's doing this, that, and the other. But then you're talking about how competitive our schedule is. Talking about you only played bad teams, but then you get to play the Ravens' worst defense in the league week 1, followed by the Jets, followed by the Dolphins, followed by the Saints, who are the worst team in the league in actuality. And you mean to tell me that Josh Allen is just this elite quarterback that's winning games? But you mean to tell me that you've played the bad news Bears, the little Giants, and everybody else in 4 weeks, and I'm supposed to? No, absolutely not. So the thing is, at the end of the day, we can respect it because we know we're 5-1. It doesn't matter if they want that because they want the media darlings to win anyway. It is what it is, but that's why honestly, fuck him.
That's why I love when he talks, man. I don't sit here and get nervous and be like, oh man, he didn't pissed off whatever quarterback we playing. We're about to get killed. Like that's some of the softest shit you can feel as a fan, as a player. Like, oh man, why did he say that? Like, I get it. People used to really say people feared Michael Jordan, and I kind of understand that just in the sense of how they say it. But it also is kind of weird to me because you know what? At the end of the day, it's basketball. And don't get me wrong, dude's really good. He's the GOAT in my opinion. But if you give him that type of power over you, you've already lost. You know what I mean? So I'm never going to go there like, oh God, that's Michael Jordan. Like I might be feeling that, but whether I project that is what I'm saying.
But the only thing I'm going to say about basketball is you didn't have to give power over Michael Jordan. He took that shit.
Okay, well, all right. Yeah. I'm not going to disagree because he is the GOAT, so I'm just leaving.
Yeah, because you talk shit to Michael Jordan, he's going to make you eat every word and then some. You know, And that's what we need Zaire to do. Talk your shit. Do it.
I'm with it.
Back it up. That's all I ask. Back it up. He's the dog that can back it up. Now he's just got to do it.
But backing it up ain't just him, though. You know what I mean? Like maybe he got himself in trouble previously because the team wasn't good. Let's just be honest. It wasn't good.
Well, there's a time to talk and there's a time not to.
Yeah, and maybe that's kind of where
if you know that the rest of your squad hasn't got your back because of this, and this, you might want to keep that talk to yourself for right now.
I won't say that they didn't have his back. I think
you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think that having his back just wasn't matched in talent because no way they're gonna be like, oh well, he talked that shit, not me. Talk to him. Like that's not how
everybody was just trying to keep up with Gus Bradley's schemes.
Yeah.
Everybody was lost. I mean, how the hell can
you go? Throw it at Gus.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this Charger game, man.
Out of the damn NFL forever, in my opinion.
All right,
but
let's go to this Charger game. So they don't have their one or two running back. They're down to Hassan Haskins. Questionable is Quentin Johnson, which is their best receiver, hamstring. So those are hit or miss. Joe Alt did practice today, so signs are pointing to he may play. And then of course you got Justin Herbert, and they got Keenan Allen and some other pieces.
Lad McConkey. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Lad McConkey.
Yeah. He's a sophomore, and he's really.
Did you say his sophomore? I like that. Okay, sophomore campaign. We'll go with that. But with that, definitely more threats out there than I believe the Cardinals showed last week, especially once Marvin went down. And we know that Jacoby had one of his better days. So with that said, if we trot out the same guys, the same exact guys that we trotted out last week, because Travarius doesn't look good right now, concussion protocol. Kenny, he practiced, but I don't know if we're going to throw him out there quite yet. So it's looking like the same guys might trot out there. How are we feeling on defending him? And he has a lightning quick release. So one of the fastest in the NFL. So we always talk about pass rush. But when the guy's getting the ball out of his hand in 1 point, whatever second, slightly under 2, right at 2, pass rush may not even affect him. So thoughts?
I'm nervous. Where we're hurt on the injury report, they're good to go on the other side of the ball. Okay. You just talked about the quarterback, the receivers, and that's their strength. But on the other side of the ball, that's where we're hurting the most. Fair. The DB area. Now, we do have Bynum. We got Cross. Hopefully Ward can get back out there. I don't know about pushing Kenny just yet.
Yeah,
I think it's the exact same crew we seen last week.
Probably so. Now, if our front four can disrupt everything, that's going to help out a lot, an absolute ton, and they're going to have to. We're not horrible in the back end, but we are weak. We are a lot weaker because we've got, 4 starters off the field right now. And that bothers me. That absolutely bothers me.
All right. Chris, your thought process?
I mean, I think it's the same, and the only reason why is just because whether or not you have Quentin Johnston, I don't think that matters. I think you still have to worry. You still have to worry heavily about Lad McConkey and Keenan Allen because of the fact that they're route technicians. They're not the fastest guys out there, but they have the means to be able to hit you very similarly to how like Downs is. Now, Keenan Allen maybe not so much because he's 35 now. But he's still at his age, while he doesn't have speed, he still is running really good routes out there for his team. So Justin Herbert has the ability to potentially hit you. But, I mean, if you have another game where Edwards and Blackman are starting, it's going to be a long day, especially if for some reason the pass rush does not get home. Because we also know that outside of Marvin Harrison Jr., once he left, it was Michael Wilson. It was Zay Jones. It was all these other guys that are not household names. There was other people that I've never even heard of before on that team outside of the Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison Jr., who literally were killing us in that game. So just imagine how that's going to be with somebody like a Justin Herbert who has that bigger arm, who has that quick release. I mean, the only thing that we kind of have going for us is the fact that we don't have to worry about the running back. But I mean, still, it's like Justin Herbert cannot run the ball all game, and then we're still going to have to worry about him killing us in the pass. So that does worry me a lot with where we are at cornerback.
So I think this is the game where we have to take a page out of the Green Bay Packers book from last season when we played them. This is the type of game where our offense needs to assist our defense as much as possible. Meaning, I know we love to score, or pass the score and run and win, but we need to really slow the game down. We're probably averaging about, time of possession is about 50-50 in all of our games, roughly around that area. But if this is a game to grind it out, slow the game down, eat clock at every drive, this is the one to do it. And so I feel like that's how we support our defense in a game like this, because if anything, the ability to get up on this team early, maybe stop them once or twice, hold them to a field goal, score again, you're going to make them play faster, which then is changing the entirety of what they want to do. Because Jim Harbaugh, one of my favorite coaches coming out of college, you see it back there in Michigan, he likes to run the football himself. He likes, to grind it out and get a whole ton of rushing yards and then play action off of that. So if you start to, control the ball, you help this defense a lot. And don't get me wrong, pass rush is super important. It always is important. But sometimes you play a quarterback like Justin Herbert, and guess what? If you look at the end of that damn Dolphins game, they had that guy in the barrel several times. They had, arms on him, arms on his legs, arms on his shoulders. He was getting out of all those, still making passes. Yes, you're going to have to, grab him and bring him down, but he's a strong guy. He's 6'5". He has the, that perfect quarterback frame, if you will. And so he just has that ability to be one of those guys, on that day. So yes, do your job front four, but I think that the offense helps the defense way more this game by not trying to score so quick. So whatever the situation, the coin toss, take the ball. Let's go down there. Let's have I forget who did it last week, but I was watching one of the games on the 4 split screen. Somebody had an 8-minute drive in the first quarter. Let's get one of those. It's boring. You know what I mean? If you're watching football, but hey, man, let's just be meticulous. Get the 10, get the next 10, get the next 10. You know what I mean? Not saying that you don't go for your chunk play when it's available, but if you can grind it out, RTDB. Run the damn ball. All right, let's get to some of these comments because we suck at that sometimes. Let's see. Lemon seems to be getting tighter. No, because we be in a midst of what we're saying and we don't read them. But let's see. Lamont seems to be getting tighter with coverage progressing. Cross will need to make a couple big plays. If Buck gets through, we get momentum. If Latu makes it through scrimmage, we're looking great. Perhaps Buck is upset because he had to wear all that pinstripe cream and red, cream and crimson today. He might be a little ticked off. Hopefully that carries over to Sunday. What was the comment before that? Can you bring that other one up, Sammy? Does AD redeem himself Sunday in LA? That's another good point, Mike. I feel like he has to. Let's start talking about that because Josh Downs reported with a concussion yesterday, which pretty much limits him. And Ashton Doolin has a thing too, right?
A chest thing. Yeah.
A chest thing.
Chest issue, yeah.
And so that really leaves him and Gould. And I feel like AD, if you're ever going to and think about this. Look at God, man. What better place to redeem yourself than the place where it happened? Especially in a situation like this where we don't play neither of these teams, frequently, and we damn sure just are not just in LA just to be in LA. So within the same month, you may potentially get to completely redeem yourself for what happened. You had a monster game outside of the gaffes that cost us the game. So if he comes out here, different squad now. That was the Rams, this is the Chargers, but still same field. Could you imagine the story? This year is full of write your own stories. And AD, go write your story Sunday. Go write your story. So let's talk about that. AD is now potentially thrust back into the role of playing.
Good. We want that kid on the field. He made a bonehead mistake. He's owning up to it. He's being punished for it. Served his time. So everybody needs to drop it.
What does she mean by the most undesirable quarterback? Type that.
Oh, I think maybe Brett Ripien that she's talking about.
Oh, are we going to talk about
as
him?
far as the backup?
Okay.
But yeah, AD needs to be out on that field. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Was I upset with it? Absolutely, because I'm a fan just like everybody else. But I know this kid is talented. He's done. He made a major leap this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the best receivers I've ever seen in getting separation. We need this kid on the field. We need this kid right. We need this kid to have confidence.
That's over my Teresa. Listen, Teresa. Okay, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right, man. It's gonna be all right. Trust me. Get your fireball ready for Sunday. It's gonna be all right. We start the pass momentum with Warren, then push our open opportunities
to Pierce.
Yeah, he's running. Doolin will likely play. Doolin equals dog. Is Coast House really Hoyan?
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm just like, that's very Huyan-esque.
All right, Chargers defense. What do we know about Chargers defense? Terry's asking. So we know Khalil Mack's out for the year. We know what's the safety? Derwin James. He practiced, so he's probably going to play, right?
Yeah.
How good is their defense?
I think right now, if I'm being honest, this defense led up 27 to the Dolphins, so
they did, and let's get into the statistical world, and find out. Go ahead, say your part, and I'll
yeah. No, I'm just gonna say I don't. So here's where I'm measuring things, right? And I only measure it according to what we have.
Okay.
I feel like we've played a tougher defense when we played the Broncos.
Fair.
I don't believe that the Chargers defense is at that point that they are.
Okay.
Like I do feel like the Chargers, they're not a team that you can sleep on, because I do feel like they'll try to maybe limit some of the things that you do. Who do you try to limit? You try to limit somebody like a Tyler Warren. You try to limit, somebody who can kill you. I think for them, it's going to be making sure that they always have an eye on Tyler Warren, but then you also have to make sure that you keep JT honest to an extent.
All right, so here we go.
Right now,
Fox
7. Has got the Chargers at 7.
Yeah, they're averaging about 301 yards
total
per game. They've given up 12 TDs. They average points per game 20.8. And so that's what the Chargers are looking like. Now we know that we are top, I would say 5 to 10 in most all offensive statistical categories, with the most important one, shout out to Indiana, that being points, 32.8. So, we're scoring 32.8. They're giving up 20. And they're giving up 301 total yards. We're averaging somewhere around 374. So I feel like, this is a classic chess match.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're averaging 374 total yards.
I thought you meant on defense. Like
no.
Okay.
Yeah, we're giving up 329 total yards per game on defense. And shoot, I forgot to look. How many points we're giving up a game? I forgot to look at that.
We're 6th in points per game, I believe.
Points per game. So
yes.
So that would put us below 20 probably.
No. So that's giving. So that number it's on the higher end. Like, we're giving up the 6th least amount, or however you say that.
Okay. Well,
so basically, like, yeah. So so the thing is, we've done a good enough job limiting, but like I said, it's always different when you have like certain quarterbacks.
We're going to give up points this game. We should be ready for that. And like I said, the big thing is to be able to counter them at each opportunity, because you don't want to be on the road and get down 2-3 scores and then have to deal with. Now, again, I hear all the time that SoFi is pretty much anybody else's arena when you're there, especially when it's a Rams game, but this is a Charger game. So Chargers fans, I hear this is all, I don't know. but I hear they're better fans than the Ram fans. But all I'm stating is they're going to give up points. We got to be able to counter those points. So if we start with the ball, like I said in that first little sonnet I gave, then I feel like we get to control how the game can potentially go if we just grinding it out and we get to stop early and we get the ball again and score again. That's a great position to be in a game like this.
Mm. Oh yeah, so, by the way, points per game allowed is 19.3, so we're actually fourth.
Yeah, so that's what I said. We're below 20. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. So and they're right at 20.
Chargers are all over the place defensively, though.
They are. It's weird, right?
They really are. I'm going through this Fox report now. I mean, they sit second in red zone defense, but they sit 21st in yards per carry.
So, rushing defense. So
there we go. And
you see what I mean? They're all over the place. So it's crazy.
But that's what we need to do. RTDB. I hope Quentin pulls up in his little white hat. It is way too little for his head.
Yeah,
he's rocking that when he's walking into SoFi, because it's going to be that type of day, man. We are, and again, we have yet to really give Jonathan Taylor, in my opinion, a ton of carries. He's averaging about 22-ish, 23 touches, but that's including, his catches out the backfield. But I think this is the game when you be like, hey, JT, you might actually tote the ball 25 times today.
40.
Jesus. See how you just see?
40?
Like we be right here. Look, everybody's good, and then Pat takes listen. Look, the most nasty work I've ever seen. That Dolphins year when they literally ran the kneecaps off of Ricky Williams. They like that 2003-4.
Yeah, that was
ran the kneecaps off my boy. He had like 400 and what was it, like 434 carries that year? Something that was just egregious. Like usually
it's ridiculous. Yeah.
He 350 is a lot of yards. Derrick Henry's probably been around the 350 range a lot. I think JT's even been around the 350 range once or so. But 400 and anything carries of the football is insanity.
40 might be
40 is crazy.
But yeah, you see what I'm saying. I mean, everything falls back to what you guys were saying earlier about how we're going to win this game, how we're going to control this game, and we're going to control it with JT.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, that's it. That's all I can say. You're going to control this game. You're going to control this clock, and you're going to do it with JT.
But I like Abdullah as a change of pace. I like a lot of mid to intermediate routes this game. Like Tyler Warren just moved the sticks. Boom. Every now and then you got to show flashes.
You can throw it to Tyler Warren anytime you want.
But no, I'm saying like I'm thinking about how you control a football game. You want to, you got to show the deep threat here and there with AP and potentially AD. But Michael Pittman and Tyler Warren do the yeoman's work, from 7 to 12 yards. Just get those first downs, keep the clock going, come back to JT, like real meticulous stuff. And then when the opportunity shows itself, take it. That's what I mean. I really don't, possession wise, you don't want these guys to have 65 plays, nowhere near that. The Chargers, I mean, you don't want them to have a bunch of plays.
And think a little deeper what it's going to do for our defense if they go this game plan that we're talking about. Our defense is going to be sitting and resting a lot. So when they are out on the field, they're going to be pretty fresh.
I don't even think it's resting. We're just protecting. It's different.
Yeah.
You're protecting the kids back there. I feel like this team don't need rest. They need protection because, man, they just – and I don't even want to knock them down. It's not that they're not good. It's just that they're getting exploited because they are what they are, 4th, 5th on the depth chart. You know what I mean? Like that's what you're expecting, or else you'll be starting somewhere. And that's just not where we are with this. So we just got to keep playing the way we need to play to win these games. And then when we get out of those games, you prepare for the next one. So not fast forwarding anything, but we get out of this one, potentially get to come home, play the Titans, get a little bit healthy. Maybe we can sit Kenny and Shavarius again if need be. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the Titans, and I'm not shitting on them, but that's a get well game while playing the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you just got to get through this. So protect the defense on Sunday is what I want. But that's my thoughts. Let's get into score predictions because we still got to do some other things tonight. So score predictions. Chris, we'll start with you. What you got?
I still feel like we win this game. I just think it's going to be an absolute battle. If I could guess right now, I'm going to say I don't think there's anything keeping us from putting up 27. I just feel like this is going to be one that like I said, it's just like it's going to be one of those come down to the wire. It's going to be like late game heroics type of thing. I want to say 27-24. Us.
Okay. What you got, Big P?
Man, I'm going to stay in the 30s. We're doing well. And I do believe if they run the game plan, we will score on every drive. And I think we're going to be up in the 30s.
Wow. Every drive. Okay.
It's going to be tough to stop them from scoring too. So
no, I
now,
get that.
Arizona, I completely blew the score predictions. It was a lot closer. I think this game's going to be a lot closer. So I'll say 33-24.
All right. I said all week, I feel like we get around our average. So I say 28-23 Colts.
Okay.
All right. And yeah, man, I honestly, I just feel like, though, because here's the thing, and Justin Herbert's on my fantasy squad, so I've been watching him play every week. The Chargers are so like up and down, man. Like,
yeah,
I forget what game it was. It was like 2 or 3, maybe it was like 2 weeks ago. The dude was just blah. Like they couldn't do anything. And I was just like, wait a minute, this is not the Justin Herbert that I know. Like he's just out there just trying to make it. And then, depending on who they play, depending on, what that defense looks like, they can then go out and get 350 through the air. 4 tutties. It's just weird. So,
yeah,
you know what I mean? I feel like Lou, kind of jumping back into that. Lou has to be as mad scientist-y as he can with this guy. Because his time, his release point is crazy. Like it's like boom, out of my hand, like whatever. So, you got to win quick. You got to show things that may confuse the guy. Or something like that, but you just got to kind of overwhelm him because just, trying to like, let him dictate and then you adjust and you counter the whole game. I don't know if we win that way. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you got to take some chances. And then Lou didn't do that last week with his guys. So he played it safe. There's a lot of zone last week. There's a lot of guys like playing off coverage, kind of looked like Gus Bradley at a time, but I feel like he's going to have to trust these guys this week because you might be bringing the kitchen sink a lot for Justin Herbert. Just my thoughts. So it'll be interesting. I will be out there at SoFi for the first time. So I'm super excited to see, the sophistication of this architecture. That's what everybody says. Like, it's like one of the coolest fucking places to be. It kind of looks like the Bean. You ever been to Chicago? Kind of looks like the Bean.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way it's designed, but I'm super excited to be out there and check the stadium out. Hopefully all the Colt fans that are going, Nick Lee, Max, I know a couple of those guys from our group chats are going, so it'd be good to link with them. But we need to get to sick picks. So, Sammy, can you cue the music, please?
It's time for Sick Picks. Brought to you by DraftKings. The crown is yours.
All right, Chris, we need to keep track of this. Like, are you hitting your sick pick?
Me personally, I've hit 3 weeks.
You hit your sick pick? That's cap. I gotta go back.
I've listen. You go back and watch all you want.
Wait a minute. You hit 3 of your sick picks?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Starting this week, Sammy. Start this week. We keeping a tally. Who's hitting their sick picks? All right, but go ahead. You get to go first. Birthday month guy. Come on.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Emotional damage.
Facts.
If I'm looking at this game, I know it's going to be the easy one to go to, but I think JT is still going to be able to have a good enough game. I think on this one, I want to say JT in this one. I think 90. I think 90 yards in the TD is going to be where he's going to be at for this game. Like, even though they don't rank that high when it comes to rushing, because if we're being honest, it's these types of games where you're going up against a team that statistically doesn't do well with this one thing. And I just don't believe that they're not going to focus on making sure that they stop him from really getting off, so that it'll be all up to Daniel Jones to make sure that he's passing.
Big pause. All right, Pat. Jesus Christ!
I know what you're saying, Chris,
Dude,
and they're absolutely going to be focusing on the best running back in the NFL right now.
Yes,
but they don't have what they need to stop it. You can focus all week long. You're not going to be able to stop that man with who they have.
I like that.
Anyways,
well played.
I'm going to go Tyler Warren. 2 tutties.
Wow.
2.
Whoa.
Bro. Whoa.
Hey, 2 of them things, no yards. You just going 2 tutties. 2
tutties.
2 anytimes. He's going 2 anytimes. Tyler Warren. Okay. Unlike Chris, I like to, be humble and tell the truth. I have missed all.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I missed all of
No, you don't.
He said he hit 3.
I like to be humble and tell the truth while lying.
He's lying right now.
Lying through your teeth.
You said you hit 3.
Lying right now.
Back. I have to go back and see
lying through your teeth.
First off, like I said, 2 weeks ago, the defense failed me. Nick Cross primarily because he just dropped the ball. I said 3 interceptions and they got 2. Last week, I was just shooting for the stars. I said AP something ridiculous, so many yards and a touchdown. That man had 2 catches. No important catches, but nowhere near anything. So I am 0-2 for my sick picks, and that's okay. So now I'll make this week's sick pick. Let's see here. Y'all both you took JT, he took Tyler Warren, so I have to be something different. Here we go. Danny Dimes.
Mm-hmm.
Greater than 250. 3 touchdowns total. See, I like to live on the edge, man. I don't play it safe out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the guy that's driving around with no seatbelt on, bro. I'm out here living the Vida Loca. All right, there we go, man. You know what I mean?
Still riding in the back of the pickup truck, aren't you?
Yay, you remember those days? Those were the good old days. We were raised right. As my buddy
still
Marty
said, those days.
He said, it's my buddy Marty to say, we was raised on that well water, not that city water. That's where you get all them injuries and crying and whining. But here we go. 250 and 3 tutties. That's what I like. Book it. And Sammy, starting this week, we're counting sick pick corrections because Chris likes to be a little facetious during his birthday month or whatever.
Oh, I'm being facetious. This guy's talking about well water. You weren't anywhere near a well. You're talking about city boy. Oh, here, all city boyed up. How dare you?
First
How
off,
dare you?
City boy in that. It's wild.
Yo,
okay, let's run through the score predictions. Start at the beginning, Sammy. Man, Sammy, you flipping these things fast. All right. 30-27, Luis. Cool. Next. 37-23, Colts house. Next. 31-24, Teresa. You don't believe in AD, though. She gets Omaha. She said it's a big game.
She said she doesn't believe in AD. Come on, Tracy.
That's what she said. She said it's a big game. When we was talking about AD, she said, no, it's a big game. He needs not to play or something like that. I can't remember. All right, Gary says 31-28 Colts dub. We like that, Gary. You got any more out there? What else we got? Oh, EG 27-17. First off, shout out to my man Eric for a lot of things. He got to kick it with a couple of players last week, I think it was. And this man writes his tail off on our sick media page. So please, I retweet. All of us retweet when he writes. Please go check these out. They are funny, lots of satire, but lots of truth. We've had to sometimes, give him a little hey, pipe it down there, Eric. But
give him the proverbial Omaha.
Oh my God, man. Oh my God. The one about Matt Gay was absolutely that's a classic piece. The title and everything. I won't repeat the title.
That one's going in the Smithsonian.
Listen, bro.
Listen, you gotta let sleeping dogs lie on that one.
Man. That one, hey man, I was sitting there reading. I was like, I don't even know what Eric is doing, but this is awesome. All right, what Colts house got? Turnover crushes them in late third quarter. Man, he's getting down to the details, the nitty gritty. Is that what happens? It crushes them in the late third quarter. That's why we have 37-23. Now, remember last time we had something just like that. And that's when Tyler Warren was called for OPI. We had got the ball off of a turnover against the Rams. We're going in to score and, potentially expand the lead, and the most phantom OPI maybe in the history of football, negated that, and we end up kicking a field goal. So hopefully, and I don't like to put that type of energy in the land, but hopefully the Zebras don't zebra us this weekend.
Yeah, no, I don't believe they won't.
We're not playing this week, so
you said what happened?
Well, no,
we're not playing the Chiefs this week, so we should be.
Yeah, but we are playing. But so there's certain quarterbacks you'll get that you know for a fact that you're going to have a hard time against, not because they're talented, but just because of who they are. Justin Herbert is one of them. You have those quarterbacks. You have your Mahomes, you have your Herbert, you have your Burrow, and you have your Josh Allen. Those are the four horsemen of penalty calls that for a fact that you're gonna get.
Four horsemen of penalty calls is crazy.
You just know. But the thing is, that's why, I say it's more often than not, it's more important for you to go into a game knowing that you're going to have to play as sound as possible, because you know that there's going to be some stuff that's called against you. And sure enough, what have we dealt with this season? All the calls that we had that first week versus Tua. All the calls that we had in that Broncos game, and all the non-calls that we had during that Broncos game as well.
Okay, hold on. Let me play devil's advocate for a minute, just right before we get up out of here. Did we get away with one at the end of the game?
What, in the Broncos game?
Yeah, no. In this Cardinals game this past week, did we get away with one? Like Cardinals?
No.
Okay, all right. Give me your synopsis. Why?
Because. And the thing is, it wasn't. So here's the thing. Yes, it did. A PI did happen. It did happen.
First off, you get the then yes, it's crazy.
But what I am going to say is that you can't call it because the ball was uncatchable. It was a Jacoby Brissett sailor that was way above their head. So even if that did happen, it's one of those things where you wouldn't have been able to catch it anyway unless you turned into Reed Richards from Fantastic Four. And that wasn't going to happen.
So shout out to Patrick, because Patrick does good things sometimes. Way to go, DI. He reposted, because our seats are amazing for any play that's happening.
That was my video. I took that.
I know. You know what? I was just about to. Thank you, sir. Anyway, he posted from our section. Our seats are amazing on anything that's going to happen in that end zone. And so looking at that on TV, it looked a lot closer. And I was like, oh, they stole one. But then watching this video, I was like, yeah, like you said, man, like unless he had like a 53-inch vertical, like
he wasn't getting it.
He wasn't catching that. And I get it. Trey McBride is a great tight end. But nah, man, he's not a freak show like that. He's not Julio Jones or Megatron or somebody who's just like, anything's
that's just beastly.
Yeah. So I always tell people, sometimes that is the forgotten rule. Like, is the ball catchable? Right? Because I get it. A little snag here. Maybe the guy is slipping. He tugs the jersey. He's coming out of the break and it gets too handsy or whatever. But the ball still has to be catchable unless it's egregious. If he tackles Trey and Trey falls or something like that, then yeah, they're probably going to throw that thing. But just the little slight contact that it was, and then the ball, like you said, is 14 feet in the air. Like that's over with, bro. So
yeah, there was no way. It didn't matter. So I mean, at that point, like they could be as mad as possible. But honestly, with the way that we've had calls this season, like we know that there are people that have been able to be physical as possible, right? And then every now and then there's a Tyler Warren OPI call because of the fact that somebody's trying to run with him to keep a hand on him, and he's basically just like getting their hand off him because he's going against the cornerback who he outclasses by 70 pounds.
And they
there's no way
him into the Thing or the Juggernaut or something. I'm like, no, bro, he's just that big, and all he did was swipe the guy's arm. That's not all.
Yeah,
that's insane. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I say this too, man. Like to all of the cornerbacks out there, not just the Colts ones, before we get to all of our things. Stop doing this. Like, just own what happened. Like, if you don't see the flag, start walking back towards, you know what I mean, the huddle. But every time you like kind of sail and then you look around like I didn't do anything, you're sold. And then they're gonna throw the flag. Like, just own it. Like, if you know, like, okay, yeah, I pushed them, I held them, you know, whatever. Until you see yellow, just be cool, bro. But all this like looking around and shit, you're guilty. It's like a kid in a cookie jar. Like, you got crumbs on your fucking you
got crumbs all over your face. Like you look guilty as hell.
You look guilty. All right, let's get to the closing items. Go ahead, Cialis man, you're up.
Yes, Cialis man, Clyde's favorite medication of choice. Wow. And you can actually, so you can first off, you can find. If you give me the layup, okay. All right, you're welcome. But first off, please bring up the handles for us, all the places where the people can find us. So you can find me as CJ Colts fan. Where can they find you, Clyde?
You can find me on X at Colts Clyde, known as Big Unc Clyde.
Yes, you can find Clyde on X. And what about you, Pat?
You can find me at Big P Colts.
I didn't say the. Remember, that was a thing for a while. Sheesh. Anyway.
Yeah, I know, but the crazy thing is, it's just like when you say you can find me on X at Colts Clyde, it's just like, sir,
who's still doing ecstasy? What year is it, man? You know what?
I mean, I don't know. I don't run with those crowds. I don't know who's doing it. I mean, I pride myself on that.
And you do the thing that you do.
See, look, thank you, Teresa. But can you please bring up the podcast page, please?
You know what, Teresa? Man. Yeah.
And you can find the podcast page on Twitter at SigPodColts. That's where you can find all the releases of the clips from the episode, also the links to where you can listen to it after this episode airs. And make sure also, because I believe it's posted on the podcast page as well. If not, make sure that you're following our good friend Eric Griffin on Twitter. Should be at Blue Meaty, or I'm not sure what it is, but we'll make sure we have that handle so you can read his article about this week's upcoming game. Very insightful, very hilarious. Make sure you do that. And also make sure tomorrow, 1:00 p.m. tomorrow, right, Pat?
Yes, on Fridays.
Yes. All right. So you can follow
4 a.m. on Mix 105.
All right, fantastic. So you heard that, so I'm not repeating
it. Eric's handle is Blue Meanie Colts.
Blue Meanie Colts, yes. Blue Meanie Colts, you can find them on there, where you can find that episode posted. And then
white
he
guys
also
have
said
terrible Twitter handles, you know that? I said it. I mean, don't put me in the article, but older white guys have terrible Twitter handles. Anyway, go ahead. My bad.
Eric, we're going to need an article.
My bad, Eric.
And then you can also find us VIP One Lounge Extra. You'll be able to find that one, I believe, at 5 or 6 p.m. UK time. Still not sure what that is. And honestly, if I could be real with you, I'm not going to look it up. So then you can go. So then also please bring up the QR code. Yes. So make sure that you scan that QR code. That's Visit Indy. That's the one-stop shop for everything that you need if you're going to be in Indianapolis. Restaurants, festivals, sporting events, whatever's going on in the Indianapolis area. When you use that app, you'll be able to find it. Make sure that you go on there, set up an account, do what you need to do, but that will make sure that you know exactly what's going on, whether you're coming out for a game or just making it a week. That's the place to go to. And outside of that, that is about it for me when it comes to this. So, yeah.
All right. Another great episode. Go Colts. And last thing before we get out of here, Teresa's going to be the girl at the prom with no corsage if she keeps it up. Sammy, take us home.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast and Bill Show on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.